Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, and fellow professionals, a very good morning and welcome to the culminating session of the GLOPAC organized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Our time together over the past few days has been nothing short of enlightening, filled with rich discussions and the exchange of invaluable insights. As we convene on this final morning, I find myself reflecting on the profound significance of our shared profession in the global landscape. The world of accountancy, finance, and business is undergoing unprecedented transformations, and our role as global professional accountants has never been more critical. The theme of our session today, Global Opportunities and Insights, perspectives from ICAI Overseas Chapters, encapsulates the essence of what binds us together, the pursuit of excellence and the exploration of new frontiers. The challenges we face are as diverse as the global tapestry we represent, but it is our collective wisdom and shared experiences that we find the strength to navigate the complexities that lie ahead. Our profession is not merely about numbers. It is about deciphering the language of business, understanding the intricate nuances of economic landscapes, and leveraging our export to propel organizations towards sustainable success. The global opportunities before us are vast and varied, demanding not just technical acumen, but a keen understanding of cultural, regulatory, and technological landscapes. The ICAI Overseas Chapters serve as dynamic hubs where professionals from diverse backgrounds converge to share best practices, exchange knowledge, and foster collaborative relationships. Today, as we delve into the perspectives emerging from the chapters, we open a window into the myriad ways in which our profession is evolving globally. In the ever changing global economic scenario, where borders are becoming increasingly porous and interconnected, the insights we glean from one another become invaluable. The challenges faced by an accountant in one jurisdiction may well resonate with another on the opposite side of the globe. By cultivating the spirit of camaraderie and mutual learning, we fortify our collective strength and contribute to the advancement of the profession on a global scale. Without further delay, I am honored to extend a warm invitation to our distinguished guests who epitomize the pinnacle of professional excellence. Each of them brings a wealth of experience and knowledge, contributing significantly to the global landscape of our esteemed profession. I kindly request CA Purushottamlal Khandelwal, Central Council Member ICAI, CA Yeshwanth Kumar K, Chairperson, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur Chapter ICAI, CA Prasan Sipani, Chairperson, Thailand, Bangkok Chapter of ICAI, CA Krishna Prasad, Dahal, Chairman, UK London Chapter of ICAI, CA Prafulla P, Chhajed, President CAPA and past President ICAI, CA Joseph Itty, Chairperson, Oman Muscat Chapter of ICAI, CA Sthanumurthy Viswanathan, Meera, Chairperson, Bahrain Chapter of ICAI, CA Vimal Gehlot, past Chairman, Australia Melbourne Chapter of ICAI, CA Vignesh Kalyan Raman Chapter, Qatar Doha Chapter of ICAI, to graciously join us on the dais. Their presence on the dais today serves as a testament to the global reach and influence of our profession. We eagerly anticipate the insights they will share and the perspectives they will bring to enrich our discourse on global opportunities in the world of professional accountancy. Thank you for gracing us with your esteemed presence. Please join us on the dais as we continue our journey of exploration and learning in this session of the Global Professional Accountants Convention. I humbly take the esteemed privilege to invite CA Purushottamlal Khandelwal, Central Council Member of ICAI, to deliver the opening remarks, setting the stage for the session.
Good morning. Kem Chomdal, sitting on the dais, respected past president of ICAI and current president of CAPA, CA Prafulla P. The panelist Sthanumurthy Viswanathan from the Bahrain chapter, Joseph, Chairman Oman chapter, Krishna Prasad, Dahal, Chairman UK London chapter, Prasan Sipani, Chairperson Thailand chapter, Yeshwanth Kumar, Chairperson Malasiya chapter, Vimal Gehlot, past Chairman Australia chapter, Vignesh, Chairman Qatar chapter, and respected all members present here. Today is the last day of GloPAC. As you know, the grand success of World Congress of Accounts under the chairmanship of past President Prafulla Chhajed, we plan another event on the same line. What are the global opportunity available for the member, our beloved member, those who are serving in the other country, जिन्होंने दूसरे देश में अपने देश के झंडे गाड़ रखे हैं, उनकी इकोनॉमी में बहुत सारा कंट्रीब्यूशन है. वो कहां यहां से सीए करके वहां कैसे पहुंचे, कैसे चैप्टर को सर्व कर रहे हैं, वो आज आपको बताने वाले हैं. क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी अवेलेबल है वो सब आपको बताएंगे. सो आई विल नॉट टेक मच ऑफ द टाइम because the Prafulla sir is here or panelist is here. Please heard all these panelists. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for setting the stage for what promises to be an enriching and enlightening continuation of our convention. As we embark on this final leg of our convention journey, let us delve into the rich tapestry of experiences and insights that our esteemed speakers from ICAI Overseas Chapters bring to the table. May our discussions today inspire new perspectives, foster innovation, and reaffirm our commitment to the highest standard of professional excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great anticipation and honor that I now hand over the reins to our esteemed session chairman and moderator, CA Prafulla P. Chhajed, to commence the highly awaited panel discussion. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Am I audible? Hello? Can you hear me? Now, I think now is better. Very good morning, all my respected members and dear friends, and of course the Super 7 batsmen, the proud members of ICAI, which are, who are now at the various overseas location. My job is very simple. I have to just throw the questions to them, and they will have to, it is up to them how, they answer and guide the members. Friends, I remember my days when I used to do chartered accountancy, and those days, after passing the CA examination, whether you want to opt for job in industry or you want to start on your practice, you have to do everything on your own. There was absolutely no support whatsoever from anybody. Now, I think last 70 years, last 30 years, the ICAI has taken so many steps. Now we are doing the campus placement program, overseas campus placement programs. And now last few years, I'm really proud that ICAI has taken the initiative, a focus kind of initiative, I will say, that we have about 40 to 50,000 ICAI qualified members who are settled overseas. And now with their help only, they are all our members. They are not the employees of ICAI, but they are the members who are either professionally they are doing something in the overseas countries. With their help, in about more than 45 countries, the ICAI has set up its own global presence, thereby helping our own members, students, and also collaborating with the the local bodies, government authorities, regulatory bodies. What better professional opportunities that we can create. And I'm really happy that we have the panelists right from Australia to London, in between, of course, covering GCC and Southeast Asia. So without taking much of your time, I think everybody's name was there and everybody was introduced by Purushottam. Straight away, we'll start the questioning them. And what I will try to do, I'll try to throw a few questions to each one of them, and then probably reserve some time so that each one of them, my request to all of them will be, at the end, maybe a couple of minutes, you can summarize if we have missed, and maybe something which is special to your jurisdictions in terms of that. Again, when now this is for the professionals, so basically I try to cover what will be the opportunity challenges for members who are already qualified. And again, ICAI is proud, one of the very few professional organizations across the globe where now female chartered accountants, the gender equality is taking up very fast. We got more than about 30% women chartered accountants, more than 45% young girls who are doing chartered accountancy. So what kind of opportunities, challenges for those women members, students, when they are pursuing CA or maybe after completing CA, but not who are not yet qualified this thing. Secondly, now at the IFAC level, at the CAPA, I am currently the president of the CAPA. We have the president of SAFA also, and ICAI level. We are trying, and across the other trade bodies are also opening. So taking that advantage, we are trying to move even the practicing Indian CA firms without moving themselves to the overseas location. What kind of opportunities are there? So my questions will be in and around that, and my request will be to help and guide the audience. And I'm quite sure with your rich experience in that particular jurisdictions, with your help, we'll try to do meaningful session. And as Purushottam has already announced the names of them, but I can't, will not be asking one by one kind of thing, but we will be jumping for one jurisdiction to another jurisdictions. Mics are with you. As I said, we will be focusing on members kind of thing. So first question to my panelists is whether we proudly say CA degree is more than sufficient. And of course, in India, I don't think once you are qualified as a chartered accountant, you need not have any other extra qualification. But when I am planning a career to move to overseas, whether this chartered accountancy degree is sufficient or I have to do something more. Since Vignesh is sitting next to me, so first I will jump to Vignesh and then maybe I'll ask the others. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, and thank you for this opportunity to speak to all of you about the opportunities for chartered accountants globally. I'll speak about the GCC region and in particular Qatar, as was announced by the MC as well. Today, chartered accountants have gone beyond just numbers. It's no more just numbers, it is CA beyond numbers. And we see this happening within the GCC jurisdiction as well, where chartered accountants are there as CTOs within technology fields. They are heading CEOs or handling the business management, as well as the regular as CFOs handling finance, including consulting. To answer your question, though the chartered accountancy profession serves as an enabler, but it is important for us to gather the additional qualifications or skills to be more relevant within those markets. The chartered accountancy profession allows you to perform quite a lot of services other than audit or certification in most of these jurisdictions, which can be acquired, of course, through licensing. But other than that, it is important with the advent of things like AI and technology. Most of these jurisdictions expect the chartered accountants evolve and garner more skill sets so as to stay relevant and stay important within their jurisdictions.
Thank you. Thank you, Vignesh, for that insight. Friends, you might be aware that GCC countries where, more than 15,000 chartered accountants are, located. GCC covers entire Middle East kind of thing. And we have two more panelists from GCC. First, I'd like to go to them and then we will go to other jurisdictions. So I'll go to Bahrain now. So, sir, what was your experience in terms of whether ICAI qualification is sufficient or needs to be done more?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Prafulla Ji. The degree that we all possess, the people sitting in this room and on the dais, is the world's most difficult exam. Getting this is an accomplishment of its own. So a big round of applause to each one of you. You are eligible for that. Having said that, this is not the end. This is not the full stop. This is merely the beginning. Anybody who wants to be successful in life has to have three aspects. KSA, not Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, knowledge, skill, and the right attitude. When we talk about knowledge and skill, we get that from our CA degree. The rigor that we go through is fantastic. You have theory as well as the practical apprentice. ship, which is the articleship which most of us would have done. So we know the rigor, we know the skill set. Now comes the question of acceptability. Acceptability is different for each country. While we talk about GCC as one, GCC is a combination of 6 different countries, starting with UAE being the largest one, followed by Oman. Saudi Arabia is the largest, sorry. Then you've got Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait. The jurisdiction, each of them have different laws. Now, in a country like UAE, who's not represented here, they have the ability for 100% foreign owned chartered accountants from India to go ahead and get licenses, audit licenses, and issue audit reports. Same is the case with Qatar. I'm sure Vignesh will agree with me. And Bahrain as well has opened up to the same, which means you do not need a local person for the purposes of signing audit reports. If you are in practice, you can set up a branch or a shop over there, and you can have the ability to sign audit reports. The question is it sufficient? Do you just want to be people who are going to sign audit reports? The answer is strictly no. And that comes the aspect of upskilling and keeping ourselves abreast with other areas. Now, ICAI is doing a fantastic job here in terms of giving the opportunity for members to get themselves upskilled in areas of AI, blockchain, and other emerging technologies. We have all these courses, the short-term courses, which if one was to put their mind to and get themselves accredited with, that's sufficient. However, at the very end, a foreign degree, whichever nationality, is an additional star on your shoulder. So to answer the question in a one-line answer, CA is sufficient for some jurisdictions, but not all. Having an additional degree is welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now move to Jim, who is representing the Oman chapter. What is your experience, Jim, over there?
Sir, as far as Oman is concerned, a chartered accountant can directly go for consulting practice. There is no restriction. Now, most of the areas, Oman allows 100% foreign investment. So, like any other profession or business, directly consulting license is available. But when it comes to audit, either it should be an Omani license holder or it should be a foreign company. So, an Indian chartered accountant firm can be a shareholder in a limited liability auditing firm. But when we see practically, it all depends on how we create confidence and trust among the local community. So in that way, we are the number one in Sultanate of Oman. We have around 700 members, and we lead the entire finance accounts profession. And from the chapter side also, we try to improve our goodwill because they should know what is ICAI. So we have taken an additional initiative where we arranged a program, a unique program, where we mentored Omani aspiring CFOs. So that created a big impact among the local community, and our trust and confidence is increased. If you see yesterday, around 5 of the foreign delegates, they joined from Oman ministry. So they want to know what is ICAI. So we are trying to create our goodwill. So automatically we will get the opportunities. And in Oman is just 3.5-hour flight away from India. So it's an extended India only. So there are a lot of opportunities. Chartered accounts is sufficient. Start.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll come to opportunities and challenges maybe later on. Bimal, I know you, and you are not that, of course, you are young, but not very freshly qualified. You moved to Australia. I think you were in India for a few years, and then you went to the Australia for taking up some responsibility, professional responsibility. So what was your experience after qualifying a chartered accountant for few years in India? When you went to Australia, did you face this problem of having only one chartered accountancy ICAI degree, or you need to do something else?
Thank you, Prafulla. And first of all, thank you for inviting. This is a wonderful global professional accounting convention. And at least we all chapter members are meeting because of this. I highly appreciate our Institute of Chartered Accountants without taking much of your time. So Prafulla has rightly said that, in Australia, you need a local qualification. So when I migrated after qualifying almost after 10 to 12 years, at that time, whenever you migrate to Australia, you need a local qualification. And especially when you go for the job, they need local experience. So local experience doesn't mean that you have to be in the same professional field or so, because in Australia, they need soft skills. They need to amalgamate or the culture. They should know that particular environment. So that's why, you need the local experience. But because once you are new to this country, you don't know how to get the job. Then because of that, our Melbourne chapter, or there are 3 more chapters. Recently, Adelaide chapter is also been inaugurated by our president. So there are 4 chapters. They are very much helping to the new migrants. And in fact, our chapter, we have a peer helping line and peer group, so which is helping for the new migrants, and of course for the networking. And we are organizing CPD session, family events, and all those things. And look at my perspective, when I landed there, initially they needed local experience, but because of the chapter is helping a lot, so we get the job. And other than that, our institute has already signed memorandum of understanding with CPA Australia, where you have to only clear 1 paper, and another paper is like just a CPD sort of things. You can read at your home, and you can clear clear whenever you want. It's not a 1 question today, 1 question tomorrow. So basically only 1 paper. Otherwise, we know our founder members of our chapter, they cleared 6 papers. So basically it's a very good opportunity for the new migrants. And in fact, CAANZ, which is CA Australia and New Zealand, they to get that particular degree, you only need to attend 2 days workshop to get that particular degree. So which is a highly good opportunity for the new migrants. But there are some criteria. You have to work you have to be in Australia for 5 years. So there are some criteria. We may go into that detail.
So Bimal, you are saying that these MRAs and MOUs are helping a lot in
Yes.
terms of getting local qualification.
Correct.
So friends, as I was talking in the beginning, the ICAI has taken many initiatives, especially signing the MRAs and MOUs with the world's leading institutions.
Yeah.
So by by passing few examination, or by attending or writing some questions, etc., you can actually get that dual qualification, which will be helpful to them. Moving to Krishna. Krishna, now we talk a lot with the India UK trade kind of thing. Of course, now when it comes to numbers, when we are trying to, on the global level, the world's biggest economy kind of thing, I think our nearest competitor in terms of numbers, I'm no student of economics, but we mostly now compare with the UK economy, Indian economy. Indian economy is also on the fire. Now many people are, I will ask that at the end question, whether you like to come back to India. But now our focus is, now you are in UK. What kind of challenges? You went there as an Indian qualified chartered accountant. So as the common question, whether you find Indian chartered accountancy qualification is sufficient. Of course, now we have the MRA with the Institute of England and Wales, etc. That maybe Ireland, Scotland, nearby, all those countries we are trying to be in sync. Ultimately, it is not the India, it is not the one jurisdiction. We are trying to have the global. Now we are coming out with the IFRS kind of thing, International Sustainability Standard Board. All these things, they are in terms of, having a global accounting profession. Of course, each jurisdictions, each PO will have to play their role. So now coming back to you, whether ICAI qualification was sufficient to you?
Thank you, Professor. Actually, ICAI qualification is itself a very big qualification. We have a very tough exam. It's the toughest exam, I think, in the world. And we have a rich, all the direct taxes, indirect taxes, quite a detailed study we do. And once you are qualified, you have a lot of experience in terms of 3 years training, and also in the study as well. But that is definitely not sufficient when you are going for the job or international level like UK. If I see in the perspectives of UK, then what you need is you need to also get a local qualifications, like I did in that time, like in 2005. There was no ICIW MOU. Then I did an ACC at that time. But now you can just jump to the ICIW MOU through MOU and do the pathways and get a membership immediately. After that, you have to do another 3 years post-qualification training to get a audit license or practicing license. If you don't want to do practice, you can go straight away to job. And other than that, if you want to go abroad, you definitely need to understand their local laws, companies laws, tax laws, and similarly, you have to understand this UK gap like FRS 102, FRS 105, and there is reporting structures, reporting reporting formats, everything you need to understand. Same way, you need to understand like the local bookkeeping software, like what you are using, like Says. Nowadays we use QuickBooks and whatever Zero. These are the advanced.
Krishna,
Yeah.
Krishna, I understand naturally each, country will have different legislations. You will have to need the local laws, regulations, etc. That is there. But as a just general, whether it is a good platform to be ICAI qualified to settle in UK.
Yeah.
Just maybe one liner.
Yeah, it is definitely ICAI is a very global brand now, and its Indian CA is globally recognized, and you definitely get based on the Indian qualification. You can do in a company, industry. You can go as a finance manager, as a internal auditor. You can get easy jobs in those jobs. Definitely, other than auditing and accounting,
Thank you.
certification, you can easily get those jobs, and it's equally qualified and equally
Thank you.
understood.
So friends, when it comes to tourist destination, I think Thailand is one of the most preferred destination when it comes for tourist attraction. But when I see the movement of chartered accountants to Thailand, I think the numbers are really less. And we have Mr. Sipani ji, who is the chairperson of Thailand Bangkok ICAI chapter. So, sir, may I request you whether this Indian chartered accountancy qualification was sufficient when you migrated there, or maybe what you see opportunities for our members going there?
Thank you, Prafulla Ji. Thank you, esteemed panel members and distinguished members. Good morning to all of you. I will explain your point by giving a little example. First of all, the foreigners are not permitted under Thai law to practice accounting and auditing profession in Thailand. So most members of ICAI are working in industries, or whether it's manufacturing or services. To give you an example, like I work for the Aditya Birla Group, and the group entered Thailand in 1969 when Mr. Aditya Birla decided to venture out of India. He returned back from MIT and didn't find the Indian business environment at that time very extremely encouraging, because there were a lot of licenses required to set up manufacturing in India. Coming back to your point, some of the chartered accountants in Thailand, they have reached highest positions in their organizations, and when they meet top government people, of course, they used to be surprised that a chartered accountant can be top business leaders of such major corporations. So you don't need another degree as such, but business is a process of continuous learning. So it's good to learn continuously. There are opportunities now for Indian CAs. For example, we have panel members from UK. So the Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales allows Indian CAs to obtain their degree if you are an experienced member of ICAI and would like to write a research paper. And once they approve that, they can give you a UK degree as well. So there are opportunities. I see more and more people, especially young people, wanting to do international CFA, which is a good thing to do. So add-ons are good, but you do not basically need another degree, especially to be working in Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you. Friends, as you are aware, I am the president of the CAPA, and CAPA is having headquarters in Malaysia. I have a friend who is the chairperson from ICAI Malaysia chapter, Yeshwanth. So Yeshwanth, what is the scenario over there? Is ICAI degree sufficient?
Good morning all. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity for representing Asia from the CA perspective. Sorry, good morning all. Thank you for this question and inviting me for giving my thoughts on Malaysia's perspective for the CA. I'd like to take this question on two perspectives. First, from the professional front and from the immigration front. From the professional front, Actually, most of the institutes we have entered into MOUs and MRAs in the recent past, but Malaysia is one country where we have two professional bodies. One is MIA and MICPA, the regulator and the educator. The regulator, when they framed the Chartered Accountants Act in 1960s, it was gazetted that any member of ICAI can get a direct qualification of MIA. Okay, so you get a direct entry, no exams, nothing. You just have a 4 years induction program, but there is a caveat, you need to be a resident for 3 years. So as such, the qualification is recognized. But if you look into the immigration point of view, it's good to have graduation, just that, the laws have been drafted very late, and they may not understand the professional experience and all. Now the localization policies are up, but with a graduation in place, I think this should open up responsibilities. But from the professional point of view, nowadays there are a lot of growing sectors in Malaysia, just like in India. The GCCs are going up, the technology sector is booming. So something in the data sciences, analytics, and maybe on the ESG reporting, all this could be an added advantage to have a mobility there.
Thank you. Friends, when you take that important decision of life in moving to that particular country, overseas country, there are some types of challenges of migration, visa, permanent residency. So I'll start with the, GCC countries, because unlike other jurisdictions, I have friends across the globe now, and after a few years, at least they get some permanent residency or maybe citizenship. But I am yet to find somebody Indian who have got, I am yet to find, I may be wrong, in GCC countries, a permanent residency or maybe a long-term visa. Of course, now UAE, etc., started with the 10-year visa, but you are going just there for every 2 years, and that hanging sort is there. What is your experience in terms of this hanging sort, so-called hanging sort? Because it is in life very, very important decision to migrate to that country. So I'll request all three members from the GCC countries to share the perspective in terms of migrating permanently over there. So again, Vignesh is sitting next to me. So Vignesh.
Thank you, sir. And a very valid point when it comes to the GCC region. And as you rightly mentioned, some countries like the UAE have opened up with long-term visas. As far as other countries, including the state of Qatar, is concerned, it is still this, the country doesn't offer citizenship to an expat, and there is no option of permanent residency, even though the talks are on. And if you stay for a really long period of 25 years, then there is an option of considering you for a permanent residency. But in effect, yes, there is no PR or a citizenship, but that does not really close doors for expats. We have over close to 700 chartered accountants in the state of Qatar, and Indians are the largest expat community in Qatar with close to 800,000, which is out of a population of 3 million, 800,000 are Indians, and some of them have been staying there for over 3 decades now. So I think we don't look at it as a challenge. It's a country that's progressive, and we believe that it's a regular process where you renew your visas on a regular basis. And if you are in employment and if you are setting up a firm as well, I'll talk about it later when we talk about that. It is quite easy to get. It's just a procedural aspect every year or 2 years.
So you don't find major challenge in terms of not having the permanent kind of PR or a visa, long-term visa?
Not at all.
Okay. So what is the experience of Bahrain and Muscat, if I can ask to them? Quickly, very fast, like a rapid fire.
Sure.
Whether you find a challenge, not challenge?
Just need to give a bit of an information, because what's happening here is that there's, with the 2030 vision that the Bahrain government has introduced, they have opened up the economy, which allows expatriates to get long-term visas. And the long-term visas are called golden visas. So there are various criteria. If somebody meets those criteria, and you do not need to be an investor, as long as you're an employee in an organization, having a certain threshold of income for a reasonable period of time, you automatically become eligible to apply for the golden visa, which is a 10-year period. Now, with that, it's so simple. Go online, fill the form, make the payment. 2 days later, you get the golden visa. So it's as simple as that. It's opened up, and Indian CAs get the benefit of that.
Thank you. Jim, again, we the Indians, wherever we go, our focus is on, creating the our own house, investing into that kind of thing. Again, what is your experience? Suppose if I move to your jurisdictions over a period of time, I save money and I buy a house. And this with this so-called hanging sword, not getting the visa, what will happen to me in terms of those visas are not extended kind of thing? Maybe quickly, very fast.
Sir, in this case also, I consider Oman as a very unique situation where Oman gives citizenship to expatriates. Even last week, one of our colleague, a chartered accountant, Alkesh Joshi, he got Omani citizenship. So we have two Omani chartered accountants now who got the citizenship. As far as visa is concerned, normally 2-year visa is given. Similar to the other GCC, we have 5-year, 10-year golden visas. And those who buy properties in a particular locations, they will get 100-year visa. So Oman is a good destination even for the retirement life. It's a peaceful place, and for Indians especially, we are having very close ties with the Omani culture. So, and there are good education institutions. Indians, around 20 Indian schools are across the Oman, and I believe that will be the cheapest education, quality cheapest education across the GCC.
Thank you. I'll come to that family challenges and maybe time permitting later on. Krishna, what is the situation in UK? Whether you grant us, many times we find even for travel, we have to go, and UK takes a lot of time. I have to submit so many documents, even for tourist visa or a business visa. I remember my days when I was ICAI president and I used to attend so many conferences, and I have to apply the highest number of documents which any country will ask. That used to be UK, and they will never give the long-term visa even for visiting, like unless USA, which gives the 10-year. So now taking the very big decision of moving to UK, what is your experience and what is the situation?
Currently in this context now, basically who are chartered accountants in India who wants to come to UK, I think the better way is going through the big four, and you get a work permit, like 5 years work permit. And once you get a work permit, then you be a permanent resident after 5 years, and you can work in the same organization and can move from one organization to another organization as well within a work permit as well. That's the good benefit right now. And either there are 950 Indian corporates in UK, and that's another benefit which you can directly apply to those companies and get work permit as well. Other than that, there are like big MNCs, Microsofts, IBMs, those companies which you can do the transfer from India to UK as well. There are 3 ways. Also, you can go as a student nowadays. Many chartered accountants right now in UK.
So getting a tourist visa is difficult, but getting a permanent residency,
yeah,
not that difficult.
Not that
difficult.
And also,
of course,
now,
naturally,
yeah,
each country will have their own process of selecting and allowing the people,
yes,
but not that very.
No,
Suppose if
not
career option is there, it is good place to move to UK. Yeshwanth, what is your experience to going to Malaysia?
Sir, honestly, that was my first job in Malaysia after qualification. This has happened for a few members. That was only because our bosses were already Indian chartered accountants or they're in the fraternity. But if you look from the immigration perspective, when you want to go in first, you need to get an employment visa. Usually the companies are very open for the employment visa. But when you are there for 3 years, just like golden visas in UAE, we have something called permanent residence, RPT, resident past talent. It has dual benefits. I'll just focus on the expat part. Expat part, just for $4,000 US dollar salary, you get RPT for 10 years. The main advantage is the spouse gets to work in whichever sector. So there is no need for a separate visa for a spouse.
Thank you. Thank you. Sipani ji, what is the situation in Thailand?
Sir, for job market, you can get work visa sponsored by your employer. There are 2 categories. Many companies are promoted by the Board of Investment in Thailand. So Board of Investment allows experts from overseas to work in Thailand, and CAs are included in that category. And if you are not promoted by Board of Investment, your employer can still apply for your visa based on their turnover, based on many other criterias, number of employees that they have. So obtaining working visa is not difficult. In long run, after experience, you can also apply for permanent residence. Getting citizenship is more complicated and difficult, but it's possible after you have at least 5 years of PR. So working visa is not a problem.
Thank you. Vimal, what is your experience, or maybe what is the situation in terms somebody wants to go to Australia?
So unlike GCC countries, if any company can hire a person or offer a job, they may sponsor a visa for that. But unlike Australia, in Australia, it's a point-based system. So anybody who wants to migrate to Australia, you need to score some points. So the points are already designed for each and every category. In accountants, there are several categories like bookkeeper, accountants, audit manager, tax planning, taxation, analysis, business, financial planning. There are different kind of visa and different categories. So you should have experience in that particular category. So this point-based works like your age. So your age, if you start from 25 to 30, maximum points, because you will pay more taxes when you are earning. And then it reduces from 30 to 35. And after 45, your doors are closed. Still, there are some more other chances. If the skill requirement for that, if the Australian company finds that this skill requirement is not available in Australia, then they have to prove to the government that this skill why we are hiring from overseas, not in Australia. Other than that, so English proficiency is must, your age, there is a IELTS score for that, and then your experience and your qualification. So based on that, they consider. So there are different categories and different visas. So basically it's a point-based system.
Thank you. So, till now we have covered, the overall situation there, what kind of visa restrictions in terms you want to take. Now I have tried to move to a very important segment. And of course, many of the members here, they don't want to come and settle over there. They don't want to take job. They are already practicing chartered accountants in India, and now they want to open up there. So Bimal, I know Purushottamlal Khandelwal is your dear friend. You studied together. Purushottam is having a good office in India. Now he wants to open something, some representative office or something. So what kind of advice you can give to Purushottam and friends like all of us?
Yeah.
So whether we can come there, open there, we can have license over there, and still maintain our Indian license here.
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. I know everybody, wants the answer for this. Because in Australia, basically, there are a licensing system. So even if you qualify as a chartered accountant or the CPA, and once you are ICAI member, you cannot practice over there. You need to have a local qualification, whether it's a CPA, CA, and there's another one is
1 minute,
ITA.
1 minute. So as I said, Indian CA, he or she doesn't want to come over there.
Yeah.
We got our own practices there.
Correct.
Can I take in my form, open office there like Prafulla Chhajed or Purushottam office there, and take a locally qualified CPA as our partner over there and practice?
Correct. I got your point. Yes, you can do that, because what happens, Australian privacy law is very strict. So they cannot share the privacy details. So in that case, you cannot file the tax return over there. But if you have a mutual understanding with that, then you can feed the data and everything. But accordingly, who is the license holder, he can file the tax return for that. Other than that, you can do the bookkeeping over here. Once they submit all their details and everything, you can do payroll, you can do accounting. For that, there's no license required. But other than that, license required. Even if once you qualify your chartered accountant, you need to have certain experience with the tax agent. Then only you will get the tax license. For audit also, you need to complete certain hours. For SMSF, like Provident Fund, self-managed, you need to have certain hours. So even if you want to go for a business loan with any other bank, you need a credit license. So it's like even for responsible serving alcohol, they need a license.
Oh,
yeah.
In fact, in Gujarat, we can't serve the alcohol only, but moving from alcohol to again, as you are trying to and speaking that you can do the accounting services kind of thing. What kind of potential you see now lot of outsourcing work is happening across the globe, and India being very young population, very highly qualified population. And I understand a lot of work even from Australia is coming. What is your take on that?
So in that particular, you should have some connections with Australia, some networking with the Australian firm, and particularly you can come and join some business expo, which is accounting expo. Every year they are holding in Melbourne and Sydney. So if you can connect with them. So basically what happens is the accounting and job, top people, there are only 27 million out of that. And then 15 million are paying taxes on that. So around, you can say, no, the population is very less if you compare to US and the other market. But if you see the top 3-4 million, they will go to big four. So the middle part, you can approach them through connections, networking.
So there are
maybe
opportunities.
huge potential for that.
Thank you. Krishna, again, UK is again one market because in India, we have that advantage of having, at lesser cost doing outsourcing work. What is your experience? And I request very quickly because we have to cover one or two more points and we got, as I said, Super 7 with us.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Actually, I think most of the firms, UK firms already have an associate in India right now. They are doing a lot of work with the Indian companies, Indian bookkeeping services, in outsourcing services. Many things are done in India already. And any chartered accountants who wants to work with the UK firms or any UK organizations as a bookkeeper, as a finance controller, they can do it from here. Based on you have a GDPR rule, this and that.
And again, my original questions, like can I open office over there, taking a locally qualified chartered accountants? Can my firm be there, established be there?
Yes, if you have a resident visa, then you can open the office as accountants in the UK, and you can serve, like you can be a tax agent, you can
Okay,
be
thank you.
accountants. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You
don't
don't
require
GCC
any.
countries. Again, GCC is a darling in terms of, moving to that work professionally now. In UAE, I understand corporate tax is coming. Before that, VAT has come. So all the Indian chartered accountants are having very high hope about the GCC, not only for employment, but in terms of having, the sum base. So quickly, again, I request all three of you to help our members what we can.
To start,
Yeah, no problem.
to start with, in a nutshell, in the state of Qatar, it's possible. We do there is an MOU between ICAI and the Qatar Financial Center, which is an onshore regulator, which allows 100% ownership and setup of audit firms in the state of Qatar. Indian chartered accountants are CA firms have set up offices there, and it allows to provide all sorts of services except audit certification. Audit certification requires a separate license, which you need to clear an exam and get a license. Other than that, with 100% ownership, you are welcome to set up your offices in the state of Qatar and practice as Indian chartered accountants.
Thank you. Both of you, gentlemen.
Sir, like I mentioned earlier, in Oman, an Indian chartered accountant or Indian company can have a consulting license directly. And there are a lot of other opportunities. Oman is really coming up. So today I am here not just to talk. We want to handhold with Indian chartered accountants. We want to support you all. So we are planning for an India-Oman investment meet in January 21st in Muscat. So I would like to invite all of you who are interested to look for the opportunities. There are a lot of areas which is coming up, fintech areas, ESG related things. There are you can collaborate with the firms in Muscat also, or directly you can open up. So it's a good opportunity for all of you. 21st January, we are going to have an India-Oman investment meet in Muscat. ICAI is supporting from this side. From Oman side, Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry is supporting. So that will be a great opportunity. So we are giving an offer also.
Thank you. What is your take on that?
Yeah. In two simple words, yes, shop can be set up. But to elaborate a bit, for the information of all the audience over here, we've got members who've been past committee members in the Bahrain chapter who have decided to come back, set up shop here in Bahrain, and then open branch offices in Bahrain, sorry, in India, and then open branch offices in Bahrain as well. This is something that's happening. Consultancy licenses can be opened 100% foreign licenses. You do not need any local partners. For the sake of accounting services, you need a local partner. For the sake of audit licenses, now that there are certain criteria which, if completed, then 100% foreign ownership is possible. Now, what that means is chartered accountants sitting here can do consultancy services without any doubt, without any problems. You can come tomorrow and be more than happy as the ExCom to help you. You can do audit services provided you have certain criteria met. For accounting services, you'll need a local partner. We can help you guys with that as well.
Thank you. Sipani ji and maybe at Malaysia, what are quickly, very fast, they're running out of time.
So setting up outfit in Thailand is not possible at the moment, either in isolation or in partnership with other people in India because of the legal restrictions. But our institute is trying to engage with the Federation of Thai Accountants and set up some sort of MOU, MRA. So maybe some developments may happen in future. Thank you.
Thank you.
So from Malaysia's point of view, actually audit practice requires a license also, and the auditors are supposed to be a residents of Malaysia. So it is possible to explore opportunities in audit side, but we only have one member who is having an audit practice license because it has to go with a tough process of Minister of Finance interview. But from the non-audit perspective, there is a very strong India-Malaysia relationship happening, and there's a lot of investments focusing on the Northeast sector and also India in general. So the Malaysian companies are more moving forward to invest shops in India, and also likewise there is a retrospective setup also. So I see a very good opportunity for the Indian firms on consulting side to have offices in
Thank you.
Malaysia.
See, again, the career is one thing which is not a temporary thing, which is a long term. And once you decide to move to that particular jurisdictions, many times again, you move with the family and all those things. Unfortunately, just 2 years before we had the corona kind of thing, and naturally the entire world. So what kind of social securities was there provided to you, whether you were treated as, somebody who is not from that particular country, so you were ignorant, because many people will move with a lot of dream. So I will start with Yeshwanth and we will go line by line, and quickly one line, whether you were happy corona support was there, future support will be there.
No, absolutely, it was all good because there is from the racial harmony side, we work in a multiracial environment. Even the local population are into multiple races, so they have no distinction between expats and the locals. Let it be from the vaccination, healthcare,
So
everything.
maybe next Thailand. Quickly, sir, we will move.
We had a lot of support, and in fact, we were expatriates were the first one to receive the first lot of vaccines, and mRNA vaccines were available, made free for foreigners and local citizens alike. So there was no issue. And I mean, if you work there, you are a contributor to Social Security. You have your Social Security card, so you get certain benefits, same as what other Thai people get. But most expatriates would have an insurance to take care of their medical needs. But otherwise, there is no discrimination. We are treated very well. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, now moving to Krishna. And before Krishna speaks, friends, I like to tell you, Krishna is originally from Nepal. ICAI qualification helped him to become an Indian chartered accountant. And now we are happy that he is the chairperson of UK chapter. So I think it is benefiting across. But now moving to UK, what was your experience during difficult times?
Actually, there was no description, like everybody said. And also, all the our qualified member also get a coronavirus support, financial support when they are working from home. They have a self-employed people also get the financial support benefits, whatever they require, and also all the vaccines, whatever the benefits normally English people get, they will get everything equivalent, and there is good support system definitely in the Western side. Thank you.
Next.
So as far as Oman is concerned, education, healthcare, security, political stability, we don't see any discrimination. Main thing is that even women CAs who are single, who work in Muscat, who come to Muscat and work single there is no issue. And for family life is also very peaceful. Education is first class. So we don't face any kind of these issues in Muscat. Thank you.
So when Corona hit everybody, Bahrain was also in the same thing. Bahrain was the forefront where vaccination testing was done with certain select audiences to ensure that the efficacy of the viruses and the vaccines against those viruses was positive. There was no discrimination at all. Actually, every resident got at minimum 4 to 5 tests, and everybody was administered a minimum of 2 doses of vaccination by their choice. And thanks to the Indian government, we had AstraZeneca as part of it, and we could take the Covaxin as part of our medication also. So we didn't have to depend on them.
So whether treated equally, I'm not interested in vaccination, etc. Whether you are treated equally, so that message will be loud and clear that I can move to Australia, yes or no.
Yeah, in Australia, one of the best facilities during Corona time, they have given the financial support system. Even if you are earning $5,000 rupees in a day or what, and if your job is lost or if your salary is reduced by 30%, everybody has given $3,000,
including expats, Or this facility was only to Australian citizens or to you also?
No, Australian citizens, PR holders, those who were performing, but later on, those who were students, they have lost the job. They have also been given the financial security to each and everyone then. And if you see the social security from daily ongoing basis, there is an age pension after 6 years to each and everyone based on their salary and wealth, and then disability pension, parenting payment. There are so many facilities they are giving. And if you...
Thank you, Vignesh.
Healthcare is one of the best as far as the GCC region is concerned in Qatar. It is given literally free of cost to expats as well as locals, including during the COVID Corona time. There was no discrimination and it was all free of cost to everyone. Social security, you contribute, you get the contribution results, and as an expat, it is treated in the same manner.
Thank you. Again, one major question. See, again, career as I was taking, it's a long term. And having gone to that foreign jurisdiction maybe for 5-7 years, और उसके बाद अगर लगा कि I want to come back to India, whether that point of no return, कि एक बार गए तो गए, कि you can still come back and do something over here, or maybe from that jurisdiction you can move to another jurisdiction. And especially for the women, if suppose her husband is not a chartered accountant and that based on his employment kind of thing, that our young Indian chartered accountant, she moves to one country, again husband relocates to another country, what will be the challenges? So whether one can actually acquire those those skills which are globally help them, or in your country it will be difficult? One by one. Again, Vignesh will start and we will go like this. One line, because we are really short.
It is very much possible. Qatar provides an opportunity to be globally connected, and the visa systems so very accommodative for even women chartered accountants. We have a lot of women chartered accountants within our chapter as well. So even if you want to come back to India and set up shops back in Qatar, which we have got examples of, or you want to move on to other locations, be it Canada or Australia or anywhere else in the globe, it is very much possible. The country gives you a lot of experience that would help you in moving further as a stepping stone to move to the next step.
Vimal, will you like to come back?
No, definitely not,
Okay.
because
So what are the opportunities whether they can come back if somebody decides to come back?
no, somebody can come back. It all depends from individual to individual, because what are they say, financial diabetes, your parents, your family is here, if they wanted to move, because if you are being a citizen or PR, if you want your parents to move there are waiting period of 27 years. But there are certain criteria where if there's no dependency for your parents, then they can move. So there are some other criteria, but other than that, there is ease of doing finance. The life is very good, and there's no stress. Everything is very good. So if you really wanted to come back India, I know it's a birth country.
I think stress is one of the important factor we the chartered accountants face,
Yeah.
and especially during the tax audit and
Yeah.
bank audit, and we got a seasonal practice. Now, if you give guidance, I am sure post this session, many people will catch you how to stress bust. Moving next to
Very quick, but in India, there's no stress, life stress, because your job is given that you can work within 9 to 5 only.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है, सबसे न्यारा देश हमारा है.
Wow, क्या बात.
So the point is that coming back to India from Bahrain is not difficult. The mindset is that if you are keeping yourself upskilling consistently, especially with the advent of corporate tax, VAT in the GCC region and in Bahrain, you're seeing the increase in compliance. Maybe not to the same extent as in India. There will be a calibration needed for about 3 to 6 months where you can work in a CA firm, get yourself calibrated, but it's not difficult.
Sir, if you ask me frankly, I never felt that I am staying away from India. I always felt at home in Muscat, because we have a lot of cultural similarities, and professionally also we follow a somewhat similar system. India had tax support to Oman, taxation, state audit. They all follow the similar situation. And as far as women is also considered, if you see our chapter also, I am the 16th chairperson. We had 3 women chairpersons already. So they also get equal opportunities. So as far as this is concerned, Muscat is the best place, I would say.
Thank you. Krishna, will you like to go back to Nepal or stay back in UK or come back to India?
Actually, you can come back anytime to India, Nepal, wherever. It's no, you can, but basically 99% people stay in UK once they are there. And also regarding the women's, I think there's a good UK, Europe, all jurisdictions, they have better facility. They can stay, they can move around here and there, and there is good facility around there. There is no any problem. I don't think any problem is there. And you can come back anytime. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sipani ji, what is the situation over there?
Well, if you decide to come back, you should decide to come back a little early, not too late after working decades. Most people will take the decision based on their children's education aspect. So many people would like to decide whether they want to educate their children back home in India, so they would like to return back to India, or after certain grades, the children have to possibly get overseas education. So that's a very important time, especially if you want to get back, maybe get back when your children are in maybe 7th or 8th grade. But once they're at high school or close to college, it's a difficult decision at that moment.
Yes, sir. Most of my comments are also aligned with the panelists here. Basically, I would say you will move overseas for certain factors: wealth creation, quality of life, health and education. At different points of time, it's on the individual perspective. But it's very impressive to see some of the developments that is happening in India, like the GIFT City and IFSC that I've seen here. Those are amazing. In fact, any country, it's a very difficult task to balance between the expat and the local talent. I'll just give you one small example from the Malaysia's perspective. In Malaysia, as I mentioned, there's an RPT, the resident professional. They also have something like Pravasi Wapsi program, wherein the talented expats outside Malaysia, the government wants to bring them back to the country and give tax incentives, tax holidays, vehicles, cheaper education, everything. So if we can have some benefits like that, definitely I can also think of moving back.
Oh, thank you. So, so it's not only outward journey, but inward journey is also possible. And I think, friends, by and large, listening to all our distinguished panelists, we understand there are a lot of opportunities. Of course, each opportunity will have some challenges in terms of having local qualifications, sometimes local barriers in terms of visa, local languages kind of thing. But by and large, I think we are really proud that ICAI qualification is really, really helping many members, and with the chapters, active participation of these chapters, I'm really proud that they are actually brand ambassadors. Not only these 7, but all these 45 chapters are helping Indians, as I had witnessed during my tenure as a council member. Friends, it has been wonderful session. We are running out of time, but last 7 minutes I can, extend and give one minute to each one of you. The questions which probably I could not ask, whatever you want to additionally speak, maybe just quickly 1 minute, and then we will wrap up. And friends, they are all Indians. Yes, they will be available as during tea, etc. I take that liberty because I know them, each one of them, for many years, and they will be available to answer your few questions, because in such a large audience, I cannot take the questions. So again, Yeshwanth, starting from you, 1 minute.
Yes, sir. So I'd just like to touch upon some of the chapters objectives. See, we are also looking from the practicing chartered accounts perspective. The best thing is to get connections with the chapters, the local business bodies like CIAM or the peer professional bodies, to expand the base and to have shops set up so that we can have the growth mutually. This is my experience. So.
Well, Thailand's chapter is very active, so any members can reach out to us for any help. But I just have a few pieces of advice for people aspiring to work in Thailand as CAs. You need to get a little bit of experience in India before you decide to move to any overseas locations in general. Second, the degree and experience are fantastic. There's no doubt about that. But we need to acquire soft skills to be able to work outside and adapt ourselves culturally. So what works in India does not necessarily works outside, especially in terms of your work attitude or culture. It's important. Thai people are very mild-mannered and gentle. They do not appreciate aggression and impatience. So there are a lot of aspects that one should learn about in addition to being very good at doing what you do as a CA. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I'm working in UK from last 18 years, and as a chapter, we support all the chartered accountants who are coming to UK, and basically, most of you have questions on how we can collaborate with the UK firms to get the outsourcing jobs in India. That can be one aspect, and for that, probably you need to start a link up with those accounting firms in the UK or accounting bodies companies in the UK so that you can work from India to those companies in UK. And many people already have done that. Many companies have already done that. They have already started their connections. Please start your connections. You start working from here. Also, you can also work with the UK firms, like you can acquire the UK firms. You can take up 49%, at least 51% should be the UK companies who are in local accountant or local statutories should have, but you can acquire 49% of the shares of the UK companies, and you can transfer all the works from UK to India and get it done. And you can acquire the retiring firms in the UK. And again, ICAI UK and India has a very good, strong relationship from long time. Now ICAIW is there. You can go through the pathway and get a ICAIW membership that gives some more credibility in the UK.
In
I
fact,
think-
Krishna,
Yeah.
even as a ICI, we are thinking as a council, we are thinking of having our own office in UK.
Yeah.
Currently, we have ICI office in Dubai, which is helping the local people also and the local expert also. Very soon, I'm told by the council members, including Purushottam Bhai, that they are thinking of opening office in UK. So what do you see, this UK office will really help the members?
Yes, definitely. London office would be definitely helpful for all the Indian chartered accountants who is going to UK to support their, support in all the stages of their development, including, supporting for the work and also for the progress and CBD. Also, and there is an audit right. Reciprocity is already passed by ICAI Council that India and UK will have a reciprocity in the audit rights, so that you can even probably in some time after a few years, probably you can practice as an auditor in the UK as well.
Thank
And that's a good opportunity in the UK. Definitely, it was from the long time. We have a great history between India and UK, and you definitely can have a lot of prosperity, a lot of benefits coming to UK and doing staying in India, working with the UK firms as well. And that's a very good opportunity. Thank you so much.
So I would like to highlight one challenge we are facing. I am a partner of a firm. We are having around 100 people, around 20 chartered accountants are there. But nowadays, chartered accountants also are coming, looking for GCC. They compare the salary of all the countries together, because what I feel is that we should also look at the expenses or cost, not at the top line. We should see at the bottom line also, because we are seriously facing challenges from other institutes like ACCA. If a person who is studying in Oman, most of the colleges are affiliated UK universities, so they will get exemption for 9 papers. So if they qualify just 4 papers, they are in ACCA. But we know how Indian chartered account work and how ACCA works. But at the entry level, the cost is also very low. So we try to mix it. But Indian chartered accountants who are looking for Gulf also, Oman is a great opportunity. But we should see us separately, because don't compare with other countries. For example, salary offered at UAE may be much higher, but the cost also higher. So even yesterday also, when I met people, they are asking, okay, you are from Muscat, so where is Oman? So that awareness about Oman is to be created. That's what the entire session I was trying to market Oman. So it's a great opportunity. So our committee members is also here. Anybody looking for opportunities, please come to us. We are happy to help.
Thank you so much.
Your competition is not with the person to your right or your left. Your competition is with the other foreign degrees. Please make sure to upskill yourself. Getting a CA degree is a great thing, but that's not the end, as I said earlier. You need to have something unique. Why is it that while you may want to come there with the intent of earning, saving, building a house and doing other things, why should an organization situated outside of India employ you? Think about that question. Make yourself capable enough to answer that. Then this world is Samga Chhadbam, Sambadadbam. We work together as one. We can progress together. So all chartered accountants, you're most welcome to come to Bahrain. The committee is here to serve you. Though you may not be a member today, we welcome you to become a members. Thank you.
Yeah, once Australia comes into the mind, everybody thinks about the cricket. And especially when there was the India-Australia ties in the Ahmedabad itself. I know who plays best win, doesn't matter. But India has done very well in this sport. So I just wanted to tell you about the sport, So in Australia, it's the basic facility starts from the scratch. In each and every club, within 2,000 houses, there is a club, and the government gives the grant to each and everyone. So which is basically help to each and everyone in excelling their sporting skills. and it's a major sporting hub for each and every sports. So looking about the chartered accountants opportunities, other than that, there are several opportunities in renewable energies, mining, healthcare, universities, education, tourism. So if anybody wants to explore in that, so this is, we are sitting 7 people in for 1 hour. So there we need more and more time. So later on we can have a chat, or if you want anything, you can come across and we can have more chat on this. Other than that, I will thank you very much. And one more, so if skill set is required for success in Australia is an effective commission. I must agree with Shantu that adaptability, open to change, which is a crucial for your success in your field. And then lastly, I can say, a proactive learning, which you already said, then upskilling yourself. And thank you very much. All the best.
The state of Qatar is a great place to live, learn, work, and continue as long as you want. It's the one of the world's largest, most richest countries in terms of per capita. It's one of the safest countries globally. You all saw the World Cup that was held in football World Cup that was held in 2022. So as a country, it provides a lot of opportunities for chartered accountants, be it in various industries. It's not only in the energy sector as in most other GCC countries as well. The country is diversifying and it is well connected globally and not too far from India. However, it's an open playing field. As Stanu said, you need to upskill yourselves and be open to the challenge that the market throws to you. We as a chapter, the Doha chapter is the first overseas chapter of ICAI, which was formed in 1981. So since then, we've been encouraging Indian chartered accountants to come there and we guide you on employment opportunities and also share employment opportunities with our Indian CS. The committee is here and we're happy to help, just like all of us mentioned here, and happy to see more of you in Qatar very soon. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for this.
Thank you very much, all the panelists. It was indeed a wonderful session. Before I request my dear friend Purushottam to have final words, because he being a council member, let me, friends, I will request now. The social media is so active. All these our overseas chapters, they have their own Facebook pages, LinkedIn, they are really good. They will accept your request. Not only these Super 7, but there are many super people who are representing these ICAI chapters are there. And I think this is the biggest advantage of attending the events like GloPack, that you really get connected to each other, and whatever your questions are there, apart from these people, they are easy. When I was talking about point of no return, and probably that time Vikas, he was there, and he is one person whom I know for many years. He been to Netherlands, acquire local qualification there, set up his own practice over there. For many years he was there. Now he's back to India. One leg in Netherlands, one leg is in India, and he is also equally doing good work in India. So it's not like that you have to permanently now move somewhere. You can always come back. I think this is the great which now the government across the globes are doing, the professional bodies across the globes are doing, and I am really proud that ICAI through its overseas chapters is doing what they can best serve to its members, students, women members, and their family members. Friends, I can tell you, not only professionally they help. If you migrate over there, even as a students, they have the annual gala, Diwali dinners, Sneha Milan, whatever extracurricular activities also there. So those who are interested, please get connected to them on their websites, their LinkedIn pages, Facebook pages. I think we had a great session. Thank you, ICAI, for providing me an opportunity. My dear friend Purushottam is here and he's a local person. So last word, let Purushottam have, and after that we will close the session. Thank you so much.
Respected.
Hello.
Respected past president, sir, and thanks to all the participants. But the ICAI is coming with one-stop solution, because I am the main of आम पब्लिक जिनको भी फॉरेन जाना, वो हमको पूछते हैं कि वहां कैसे पहुंचा जा सकता है. तो रिक्वेस्ट किया प्रेसिडेंट को, हम ऐसा पोर्टल बनाए जहां जितने भी आईसीआई के 47 ओवरसीज चैप्टर है और 34 रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफिस और 81 ग्लोबल सिटीज, तो जहां पे इन सिटी में अगर जाना है या इन चैप्टर में जाना है और वहां अगर आपको जाके जॉब करनी है, तो आईसीआई एक पोर्टल लेके आ रहा है जिसमें आपको सब कुछ मिलेगा कि वहां पे कैसे पहुंचा जा सकता है, कैसे वीजा मिलता है. जो डिस्कशन इन्होंने किया वो सब हम आपको कोऑर्डिनेट करके देंगे, तो इजीली आपको अवेलेबल हो जाए और आपको इनको डिस्टर्ब करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, और ये बहुत ही हेल्पफुल है। मैं इनको सबको मिला हूँ, कृष्ण प्रसाद दाल जी और विमल है, वो तो मेरा दोस्त है, क्लासमेट है, वैसे फोन करते हैं, लेकिन जबकि मैं लंदन गया उन्होंने बहुत ही सहयोग किया है। और आपको जब ये लोग पूछते हैं, जैसे पास होते हैं, हमको अब्रॉड जाना है, क्या करना है, और कैंपस इंटरव्यू से पहले, लेकिन अब आईसीआई सॉल्यूशन लेके आ रहा है, तो ताकि हमारा जो ये एसेट है, जो ये यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, उनका हम सहयोग ले सके। थैंक यू सो मच।
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed moderator CA Prafulla P, Chhajed sir, and distinguished panelists CA Sthanumurthy Viswanathan, Meera, CA Joseph Itty, CA Krishna Prasad Dahal, CA Prasan Sipani, CA Yeshwanth Kumar K, CA Vimal Gehlot, CA Vignesh Kalyana. On behalf of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and the entire audience, I extend my profound gratitude for their exceptional contributions to this distinguished gathering. CA Prafulla P, Chhajed sir, your adept moderation has been the linchpin of this insightful discussion. Your key insight and precise orchestration have steered our discourse with finesse, ensuring a thorough exploration of the subject matter. To our esteemed panelists, each of you has brought a wealth of experience and a unique perspective to this intellectual forum. Your thoughtful contributions have elevated the quality of our discussion, offering diverse insights that will undoubtedly resonate with our professional community. In recognition of your invaluable contributions, we would like to express our gratitude through the presentation of mementos. These tokens are a small gesture, but carry with them our profound appreciation for the wisdom and expertise you have generously shared. May I kindly request our esteemed guests to join me on stage for this gesture of appreciation, requesting CA Vishal Doshi, CCM ICAI, to present a symbol of gratitude, a memento, to CA Prafulla P, Chhajed, honored moderator of the session. This token is a modest expression of our gratitude. Requesting CA Piyush Thakur, CCM ICAI, to present a symbol of appreciation, a memento, to CA Sthanumurthy Viswanathan, Meera, expert panelist of the session. The memento serves as a tangible symbol of the respect and admiration requesting CA Sanjeev Singhal, CCM ICAI, to present a symbol of recognition, a memento, to CA Joseph Itty, esteemed panelist of the session. May these tokens stand as a lasting testament to our collective pursuit of excellence. Requesting CA Vishal Doshi, CCM ICAI, to present a symbol of admiration, a memento, to CA Krishna Prasad Dahal, eminent panelist of the session. This token is a humble manifestation of our appreciation. Requesting CA Sanjeev Singhal, CCM ICAI, to present a symbol of commendation, a memento, to CA Prasan Sipani, distinguished panelist of the session. The memento serves as a concrete emblem of the regard and esteem. Requesting CA Piyush Chhajed, CCM ICAI to present a symbol of respect, a memento to CA Yeshwanth Kumar K, versatile panelist of the session. A memento serves as a symbol of remembrance and appreciation. Requesting CA Vishal Doshi, CCM ICAI to present a symbol of acknowledgement, a memento to CA Vimal Gehlot, influential panelist of the session. A memento embodies sentiments, encapsulates shared experiences, and becomes a cherished artifact that transcends time. Requesting CA Piyush Chhajed, CCM ICAI to present a symbol of thankfulness, a memento to CA Vignesh Kalyan Raman, illustrious panelist of the session. A memento is a symbol expressing our profound gratitude for your exceptional contribution to the session. To our esteemed moderator and panelists, your commitment to excellence in the field of accountancy has not only enriched this gathering, but has also inspired a collective dedication to the highest standard of our noble profession. Thank you for your unwavering dedication, insightful contributions, and for making this session an intellectually stimulating experience for us all. Thank you all for joining.
May I request the member from all the overseas chapter, please come on dais for the group photographs.